since no one has scientifically proved the existence of black holes, and if the dominant belief is that they exist, it's hard to say what would really happen if you accidentally hit one. But in this video we will try to explain some theories about black holes. First, we need to understand what are the black holes and how they originate. The black holes are objects in the universe that have such a gravitational field that no form of matter can be taped or escape from it, and even the light that is considered to be the fastest thing in nature, hence the name of the black hole. Black holes are not really holes. We cannot imagine them as some common holes in the universe, as scientists believe that black holes occupy the shape of a sphere, making black holes with such a gravitational field. Black holes have the highest mass and the least space in the whole universe. Taking this into account, everything could be a black hole. How? If, for example, the Earth is reduced to the size of peanuts, its mass would then be in a much smaller area, it would have a great force of gravity and would be thick enough to become a black hole. Now how do the black holes come about? The black holes are formed by the starvation of a star. It releases one part of its energy into an interstellar space in the form of electromagnetic waves, that is what we see as the glow of a star, while the other part of its energy star uses to counter the gravitational pressure of its core that aims to destroy it. At the end of his life, when he consumes his hydrogen fuel and loses his source of energy, the star begins to collapse into a black hole. So the black hole is the last stage of one star's life, but no star can become a black hole. In 1928, an Indian physicist named Subramanian Chandrasekhar calculated how much the mass of the star should be in order to resist its gravity when it exhausts its fuel. More precisely, it does not become a black hole. He calculated that this limit is 1.4 volumes of our Sun, and that limit is called Chandrasekhar limit. Later, scientists found that those stars with a mass between 1.5 and 2 times the size of our Sun could escape the gravitational collapse, and such stars were called neutron stars, but those stars with a mass 2 times greater than the Sun cannot escape the gravitational collapse and they become black holes. Scientists believe that in the center of our Milky Way galaxy there is a massive super black hole called Sagittarius, because it is only this way that can explain how many stars can be assembled into a galaxy. When a massive star explodes, it collapses into a single point called singularity, and there is a center of a black hole. Singularity or uniqueness has infinite density and zero volume, which means that its volume is zero. The horizon of the event is the limit of the black hole in which light cannot be printed to the outside. The event horizon is only one way, information can enter, but cannot get out of the space that is covered. Now that we understand what the black holes are, to have fun, what could happen when we fall into it? We live in a three-dimensional world. We define 3 spatial coordinates: height, width, and length. But consider a little while, if you arrange to meet someone, you would never give him a place of meeting without time, and also would never give him time for a meeting without a place. Somebody cannot tell you to meet at Times Square, but do not tell him the time you need to find yourself. Also, you cannot say find yourself at 10 a.m. but without a specific location. So time and space are connected, so it may not be so hard to imagine we live in a 4-dimensional world. But the difference is that space does not restrict us. You can jump at any time, go left or right or back. What limits us is time, or more precisely the present, because we exist only in the present. We are only in the present, we cannot go back to the past or go to the future, so we can say that we live in a prison called present or time. But if we entered the black hole, we could meet you with different conditions. Within the black hole, singularity can be ruled by completely different laws than those known to us. A singularity could explain our standard laws of physics and could create a new, somewhat altered universe. In this new universe we can plunge into a higher dimension, and it is not so unrealistic to think that it would then emerge from the temporal dimension of our imprisonment that restrains us, and then we would look at time in the way we look at space. Because now in this new universe we are more, time does not limit, what more can we go into any part of our lives? We could not say here I was at school yesterday. Why? Because I'm always going to school. When I was born, I was always born. When I died, I always die. So time with width, height and length is just another dimension through which travel is possible. Of course this is just a theory, but you have to agree very interesting. One of the most popular theories is that the black hole is a wormhole, or more precisely, that with it we can travel to other worlds or other universes, or even into the future, because time passes faster in space than on Earth, which slows it down by gravity around the black hole to sail into the future. Also interesting is the hypothesis posed by the American physicist, Kip Thorne. If it is assumed that all galaxies in the universe collapse into the black hole, and if the mass of the universe is taken into account, the black hole that would originate from all these matter would have a diameter of 25 billion light-years, and that is exactly the diameter of the universe we live in. So it's possible that there's a whole big black hole. These are all theories and we can hardly prove that there is any of this truth, and many can say that this is all nonsense, but remember that in the past scientists burned because they claimed the Earth was round. Perhaps the time of the black hole's just coming. Don't forget, leave like and subscribe.